Hello, friends. Good morning. Welcome to Commodity Market Discussion with SD. This is largely a technical analysis discussion, and for this, I'm going to use my specialized fountain of good setup. Largely, I'm going to share what I'm thinking, or largely what I'm doing. But साथ में ये भी आप लोगों को जानना चाहिए. You have to remember the risk management rule number 1, that you should not listen to others in trading. So let me give you my piece of thought, because I think this discussion is going to help the learners who are associated with me, either via the Rainbow or the Fountain of Gold course. Now sorry, one is the Fountain of Gold and another is the CCMT course. And you can check out more about my free workshops I hold, which are free of charge. So one I held for Option Master, one I held for Workshop Bond Investments, and I regularly hold the Sunday Stock Storm. This is my website. So let me come back to the commodities. In commodities, we enjoyed some beautiful rallies. Largely, I'm going to take a look at the international commodities which influence MCX price. I give higher weightage to the international commodities. Of course, MCX chart is important for stop loss and others, but have a continuous feeling of the chart. International charts, commodities, very important for me. So for gold, I look at the XAU USD chart and I apply largely the asset master. An asset master I apply, or B1, I apply the commodity setup, and largely I trade looking at the daily or the 2-hourly chart. It depends, of course, on the volatility, how market is moving. Like right now, silver is in no major position to trade. In daily chart, in some common sense, with so much of zigzag, it is lower, even lower than 2 hour could be preferable. So it depends. Largely, I remain daily 2 hour. कभी-कभी 2 hour की जगह I use the 125 minutes. ये रहा line chart. अगर आप लोग line को miss कर रहे हैं तो, which I highlighted to the students as a short. मैं chart को without any indicator I can trade. But for across the asset class रहने के लिए I need a sophisticated tool. And that is my asset master, Rainbow setup, risk master, option master 2. So Rainbow asset master I will apply, and I will hide the line chart because it's not needed. I remain short on gold. I'm managing with my quantity. आप देख रहे हैं कि during the top there are vicious fight होता है. फाइट चलता है एकदम टॉप के आसपास. ये रहा नीचे buy signal, it is a sell. So we are not a robot जो एकदम सिग्नल के साथ मूव करे. There are other logics to the game. But overall, दो के back to back two signals usually shows the strength of the bears. At the same time, other tools like the white cross, which is the risk management tool, at times is suggesting it's not a great candle to short. But I've shorted from before. And overall setup के हिसाब से I'm slightly aggressive. Means as per my logic, I should be 1/3. I'm slightly higher than 1/3. 40% of my capacity I've shorted. Why not full? Because this sell-off is not strong yet. Even अगर gold का beautiful reversal होता है, वो rarely एक ही दिन में हो. Rare. So I start small, and this can be a mega reversal or once again a comeback. So flexibility रहना बहुत ही important. Quantity management is a major part of the game. So gold I remain bearish in my derivative, but I'm holding my sovereign gold bonds. Gold Bs I have exited, and the gold in the derivative yani futures, I remain short. Silver I'm largely avoiding. Silver is not in a great phase. It is in a very much range phase और आप लोग जान चुके हैं कि I also don't like. Option is different, but उतना option liquid नहीं है कि बड़ा quantity किया जाए. And silver is very much in range, very much in range. It is better to play silver in the much lower time frame chart, which I'm not preferring at the moment. If I go to 2-hourly chart, even in a 2-hourly chart, you can see the zigzag, no clear, beautiful trend. So even time frame lower than 2-hourly chart could be suitable to avoid the zigzags. So it is important to note when to trade, when not to trade. We had a beautiful ride in crude oil. Crude oil with the beautiful break and breakout, we could make some money on the upside. Upper trend is changing. So we already enjoyed, but right now more of a short-term profit booking. I was expecting a correction, and a correction is happening so far. So जो path मैं expect कर रहा था movement का, it is coming. I'll be not aggressive right now because this is an important resistance zone for me in crude oil. और 2-hourly chart अगर देखा जाए तो it is clearly giving the correction. So I'll place an alert, a price action bullish, and then I'll see what's going on with the crude. So now I'll look at after crude oil, I'll take a look at copper. Crude oil एक beautiful classical chart pattern भी produce किया था. And first let me take a look at the daily chart. Very much in a tight range. I do the drawing all the time, but nothing big. Some people draw lines and lines and lines. Well, maybe that's their trading style, but I don't like too many lines. But it's a very nice chart, classical pattern formation. So let's see how it breaks. If it breaks higher, likely it breaks higher, so we can get some good ride on the copper as well. And to understand the overall signal situation to more detail, I will apply this setup to understand how I should be placed in copper. So copper is more of a neutral, and now we have natural gas. But in copper, agar China and Trump negotiation turns out well, which chances are lower, it is bullish for copper. Chances are lower मतलब fundamentally change होने का chance lower, but sentimental एक boost आ सकता. Natural gas एक बहुत ही natural correction दे रहा है. Very nice natural correction. So it is better to wait it out. And once again, when the price action turns bullish in the daily chart, that could be a good time for me to get into natural gas. So current trade, I'll say crude oil, it's more of a profit booking is done. Some holding is still continuing. Soon it will be clear whether to exit those or new buying coming. Gold, I remain short, but still not a very aggressive. About 40% of my capacity is short. I can short more if I get stronger confidence. Yes, it is turning worse. So I'll try to flow with the market. So this is my outlook for commodities. I hope friends this discussion was helpful to all of you. Agar help hua, don't forget to put a thumbs up. All the best from my side, friends. And as always, happy trading.